So let's go ahead and finish off this podcast with my top 5 best of February 2020. And it's not really that many films, but majority of the films that came out in February really take up majority of the top 5. So starting off the top 5, at number 5 is The Call of the Wild. I really did enjoy the film. It was a movie that I really didn't think I was going to enjoy, but I really did enjoy it. The CG does stand out because all the characters are CG, the animals are CG, but at the same time, after a while, it doesn't bother you after a while, but it is kind of like, it has a entertainment value to it. It is heartfelt and heartwarming and all that stuff, and it is a pretty decent film, better than what I expected, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Number 4 is Birds of Prey, a movie where I had a lot to like about it, and there is a lot to not like about it. As far as the BVS universe, it isn't one of the best films in there, but at the same time, it was a good effort. And it was something, like I said in my review, that Suicide Squad should have been. I did love the action, the acting, especially from Margot Robbie, and just how it was constructed. It was a decent effort, but it was kind of like a mixed bag for me. But overall, just how it was, not compared to the others, I did have a lot of enjoyment than it was not to enjoy it from it. Number 3 is Fantasy Island, a movie that I'm not too familiar with the source material, with the show, but I really did like the different take on it, with it not being a kind of like a good feeling. It's kind of like more of a horror aspect, and just driven in that way, and just all the performances I did like, especially Michael Pena, like I said in my review, and just kind of like the bold type of like feel that they went for it. I really did enjoy it, and I wasn't feeling disappointed after I left the theater. And yeah, so number 2 is Sonic the Hedgehog. After all the controversy with the changing of Sonic and all that stuff, and just with my kind of like feelings on live action mixed with animation, especially with the Sonic character, thinking that it should have been all animation, I came out of this movie really, really, really loving it. I thought it was really good and how it was done, and it isn't the best film this year, but it is one of the best. It's really good. I mean, it has good interactions, great, pretty decent performances or whatever. Really good humor. The CG on and off, but at the same time, it was pretty decent for what they were doing. And I really did like how they handled the Sonic character. I really did think that they did a good job with what they were given. It is one of the better video game movies that is out there. So yeah. And at number 1, you probably did guess it. It is The Invisible Man, a movie, man. Honestly, from the trailer, and you're gonna get that a lot from me. From the trailer, I didn't think it was gonna be that great, but it was one of the best horror films within the past, I say, years. This is a movie, like I said in my review, that I think a lot of horror writers or, filmmakers should take notes on how to do horror, because this was horror done right. Psychological horror done right, and I really did like it. The performances, how like certain scenes were shot with like, just focusing on one spot to where it's like, is he there? Is he not? And just kind of like it manipulate the emotions of not only the characters on screen, but us as an audience member. And it was really done well. And I really did enjoy it way more than what I thought I would.